Right on in. All right, the recording's going. Wow, here we are.
Anthony called you a white mom.
We just started. We just started our podcast.
But he really started with, wow, here we are.
Yeah. Wow, here we are. Wait, why did you call me a white mom?
Because I have pictures of all your Halloween decorations, and you said you're a white mom.
That tracks.
Okay, listen. Yeah, one of my cousins is a white mom, and she also goes really hard for Halloween.
Oh my god, you can bond with a het over that.
I don't want to bond with the hets.
I got a new phone.
Okay. Anyway.
That's not what, let me see it though.
Here we are.
Here, you can see it.
Oh my god, it's so big.
Yeah, what phone is this?
Not the only time I've been told it was so big.
No.
Oh
it's the new iPhone I got.
I actually really like your phone case.
Thank you.
Cute.
It's also a purple phone, but it has a blue case.
I didn't ask.
And the blue background. Okay. Blue like your corduroy shirt, bitch.
Oh my god, it matches. You guys are so cute.
Oh my god, can I have that?
You just want an excuse to grab my ass so you can go get it.
Yeah, I did.
Oh my god, wow, here we are. There's the camera's right there. We're being recorded. Oh my god.
Why am I so I have such oily skin. Look at that.
Oh yeah, no, that's the light. We don't have very good lighting in here.
I know, but I have such oily skin. It's reflective.
Okay,
I'm just gonna do
next
this.
time we need like ring lights or something, like a professional setup. Because we currently only have one microphone that's also glaringly in the video if you're watching the video.
That's okay.
It's actually Pat's dick.
Okay.
Oh wow, it does look like my dick.
It kind of does.
Oh my god. Just like...
I told you.
You know, why is it getting larger at the head though? I don't like that.
Well, you're circumcised.
But that doesn't mean it's gonna be... Okay.
I mean, don't most dicks get larger at the tip?
Yeah.
No, like that much larger though?
I don't know. It's your body. I'm not body shaming you.
Mine's huge all over. It's like a tube.
Wait, so it doesn't get thinner like after the tip? It's just one like continuous thing.
It's
like
basically like a
Pillsbury dough tube.
Yeah, it's that solid too. It also does that thing where if you press it too hard,
I was just about to say that's you finishing something.
Yeah. You have to slam against the counter after you open.
Oh, I love
my god,
that.
That always scares me. I hate it. Anyway, here we are in our new podcast, the second episode. Jackie, where are we? What are we doing?
Welcome on into Under Peer Review.
No.
What? Okay. We're gonna edit that in post.
No, we're keeping that in.
Take it back to one. Okay. Here we are. Welcome to Under Queer Review, and this week, we are reviewing Bros.
Oh my god, the Bros movie.
The Bros movie.
The first
Put
gay...
your phone away. You're not gonna text me
I don't
that I'm
sit
bored
on...
as you're sitting next to me.
My god, I want to put it here.
So
Bros, the first gay rom-com starring an entirely LGBTQ cast.
Oh my god.
Where are you reading this from? What's that voice you're doing?
I'm not reading it from anywhere. I'm literally looking at the both of you.
Who is the leading actor? I don't remember.
I don't remember either. Who is it?
Why are we talking so... What is this?
Who is...
The lead actor is Billy Eichner.
I don't know the other lead actor's name.
I don't know the other lead actor's name. Bowen Yang was in it though. That was fun.
I don't know.
I will.
He was the rich gay Asian
man.
Oh
yeah.
Who they got the $5 million donation from.
Yeah,
he was also in it.
Yeah.
I'm just pulling up the cast so we don't look like, you know.
Well, I already introed us on the
Pat's already texting
title,
in the middle of the podcast.
Luke McFarlane plays Aaron. Billy Eichner plays Bobby. And there's a whole other cast of queer people. Bowen Yang obviously plays Lawrence Gray. You have T.S. Madison as Angela. Dot Mary Jones as Cherry. Benny Drama is apparently credited for being in it, although I don't remember seeing him in the film.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know either.
He's the gay guy on like TikTok and Instagram. He's always doing like the parody videos or like makeup videos. Not makeup videos, but like parodying other people.
I don't think I've seen them.
I know the Kamala Harris voice actor was in it.
Yeah.
She was in it.
I'm
Kamala Harris. Great.
That was so funny.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, when he was like, good luck with that.
Alright, so here we are. We're reviewing the movie Bros. Generally speaking, what did you guys think the movie did well?
Honestly, I was really pleasantly surprised by it all around. I was expecting it to be, like...
Gayer?
No, like... Well, a little bit. But, like, more jokey. And it really... What I thought it did really well was hit on serious topics and touch on emotional topics.
How about you, Pat? What do you think it did well?
I thought the comedy was great.
Was great.
I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Because it's an R-rated comedy, which don't usually do that well, or it's hard for them to do well, like the box office or reviews. because a lot of people... I don't think there's a huge market, at least now, for R-rated comedies because of like Marvel films. But I thought it was really funny.
Yeah, I will agree. It was very funny. I was laughing my ass off, literally. Well, maybe not literally.
You left it in the theater.
My ass popped right off during
I heard
movie.
that.
Yeah.
What was that noise? Oh my goodness.
The smell afterwards, the sewage.
It was
Ew.
gross. They had to call in the health inspector.
Yeah, well, you're used to that.
The comedy was very on point, I think, for like also gay people. Like the comedy I felt was more for gay people than it was for straight people.
Oh yeah.
Which may have led to some of the things like straight people perhaps not going to see the movie.
I mean, to be fair though, I did have to explain one thing to Jackie.
Oh,
the poppers.
Oh,
yes!
poppers?
Yes! I was like, what the fuck is that?
It loosens it up.
It loosens everything up. So poppers it's the informal term for basically like VCR cleaner. So it's made of nitrile, so like nitrogen-based liquids, and they're extremely volatile, so it means they evaporate quickly. So you can inhale them.
Oh, you just sniff them.
So it's a liquid usually, and you inhale them. You don't drink it. It's poisonous.
Don't drink it.
Don't drink it.
No, yes, drink it.
But the nitriles enter your blood, and it basically is a vasodilator. So all your vessels start to open.
Oh.
So the loosening happens, and also gives you a very medium level quick high that feels more like a head rush. But there's been a thing recently with straight women in the clubs coming in with poppers. I was asked by a straight woman, presumably straight woman, do you have poppers at a gay club? Because the straights are into it. They're into going to the club, opening it, getting a quick high, and then dancing with it. Because it's like a really head rush, your face gets warm, it's like everything kind of like feels a little bit better. But it's supposed to be for fucking. It's supposed to be for getting dicked down.
Slay. My favorite was when Lil Nas X like posted on Twitter very recently. He was like, "Stop doing poppers at my concert. You guys don't need loose buttholes while you're dancing to my songs."
I'm gonna eat poppers.
He said it as a joke, obviously, but it was also funny.
I'm gonna eat poppers because you know Lil Nas X is just slinging something.
So I think we all agree that the comedy was very good.
Yeah.
So what do we think the movie did not do well? We're gonna hit on both the pros and the cons here in this podcast.
I love cons. They're my favorite thing to talk about.
Like MagFest?
No, like negative things. I love harping on negative things.
Okay, well, we're going to try to balance it out, talk about pros and cons. Unless you have any more pros. You could address more pros if you still have some.
I liked the comedy. I liked... I think the first half was far stronger in terms of the speed of the film, the pacing, and the comedy was better. I like some of the romantic aspects of it. I liked some of the interactions between the two male leads in terms of the relationship. I liked seeing other diverse cast members, obviously transgender, non-binary people, bisexual people, lesbians, the lesbian squad.
It's a lesbian squad.
Yeah, anything else you like?
No, I thought it overall...
No, I didn't like anything else.
Anything else? No, that was it. I actually hated the movie.
I actually really liked them hitting on the topic of like people asking gay people to kind of tone it down, and how that can affect gay people psychologically, because most likely a lot of gay people are being told that all the time. So I'm kind of glad they hit on that topic, because it is important for people in the queer community.
I was not expecting them to cut that deeply, so that was really a pleasant surprise. It was very cringe and
the
to
cringy
watch.
Dinner scene.
Yeah, that was it was hard to watch.
How did you feel about that scene?
I was watching the film first with Kelly, and I was like, I see myself in this character too much, because I act the same way.
As in, like, trying to pursue it.
Yeah, like, because the character of Bobby like overanalyzes everything and then can't not bring up something, and I'm like, I feel like I do that too. So it was very accurate in my opinion.
Yeah, I can totally picture you in that scenario. I'm just...
Oh my god.
My god, puppy's barking in the background. Let's just close the door and pretend it's not
also,
happening.
you turned to me during the hookup scene, the first one, you were like, does it happen this fast? Does it just... Yeah, it does. And usually it's like, hey, what's up? Top, bottom, verse, blah, 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 dick, ass pick. Then you come over, and it's just like that awkward moment where you're just standing there and you're just like, okay, you're not a murderer, great. And then it's just like, well, let's go to my bedroom, okay? And it's like, all right, let's take your shirt off, I'll take mine off. And mine don't go as fast as theirs. Usually I like to take my time.
Shirts off, just jack off on each other, and that's it.
That part
dropping hot loads on him.
No foreplay, just nothing, just right up in there.
Right up.
I mean, like, I understand if they're like rushed, they're like, listen, I gotta get my nut. I got 5 minutes and you're out.
Then you're out.
And if the other person's okay with it, fine. But that was like, why even ask if they're a top, bottom, reverse if you're just gonna be a side? Totally valid. But like, just be like, yeah, I just want someone to be next to me while I do my thing. And it's like, okay, I like that too.
So that wasn't accurate, you would say, representation.
No, I think that was.
Culture.
I think it was accurate. No, but like, it was just funny the lead up of him asking like if you're a top or bottom, if they're just gonna end up being.
So a side is a real thing.
A side is a real thing. Oh. You can be a side on Grindr now. It's like people who don't want penetrative sex; they just want everything else.
Oh.
Little make out, little touchy.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people have that preference.
Yeah, some people don't want to be entered. Sometimes I don't want to be entered.
Absolutely.
I always want to be entered. No.
Okay.
So any more pros for you?
I did like a lot of, again, some of the more serious topics. And while I did feel that some of the more romantic things were a little bit cliche, there were obviously some cliches. It's a rom-com. The ending scene where he's singing the song I did find was kind of sweet. So I did enjoy that part.
I thought, yeah.
And was that really Billy Eichner singing?
Probably. Well, it was him in a studio singing and him lip syncing the performance, probably, or like that wasn't him live.
Oh, well, no, but like,
yeah,
really Billy Eichner.
I think he can sing. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
I actually don't know if it was him singing, but maybe it was. I'll look it up later, and then I'll let you all know.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's Millipedes.
It's what? Millipedes?
So going to the cons,
yeah.
There's just so much. I've ingested so much online discourse about the film, so I need like. It's just so much to talk about.
Well, hit us.
So like,
hit us with the cons.
It's like a multifaceted thing. So just for me, in terms of the thing I didn't like about it was, in the beginning of the film, he has that like movie executive meta scene where he's talking about writing a film, and the movie's executive is like, "Well, love is love," and Billy Eichner's character is like, "No, we love differently." But by the end of the film, he's actually portraying a really heteronormative relationship. Two people, white, stereotypically attractive people in a monogamous relationship. And their struggles throughout the film aren't necessarily 100% queer struggles in terms of their relationship, I mean. Like, the relationship dynamics were actually fairly common. Miscommunication, unwillingness to be open emotionally. I mean, those were predicated by queer things like Aaron having difficulty accepting himself growing up because he probably didn't have a lot of queer narratives to really cling to. And then Bobby's character having to overcompensate and then be extra, quote unquote, because of the fact that he was gay, so he felt like he had to do more. So they're based on queer stuff, but in reality, the relationship is kind of just like relationships that I see in a lot of romantic comedy films. So I thought the film can't be everything to gay people or queer people in general, so I can't fault it for not being able to encapsulate everything, but I'm like, okay, you have two stereotypically attractive, white, cis gay men as the leads. I was like, okay. I mean, it's cool, and it's great that it's in theaters, and it would be really hard to get a person of color in there, probably. It'd probably make it even harder to get released, but I was like, no. I want to see more queer-specific and not just straight cis gay stuff. Or not straight cis gay. Cis gay stuff.
I said, on the way back to here, I said to Matt, I forget what we were talking about, but I was like, yeah, he plays a cis-het gay man.
Cis-het gay man.
I mean,
Jackie.
I saw a TikTok where a guy was this white, non-binary or queer person saying, it's like a homonormative relationship.
Yeah, okay.
Where the aspects of the relationship are just that it's between two gay men, and that's like the most diverse thing about the relationship. But like queer relationships are vastly different, and I think they like the throuple was seen as more of a joke, but I'm like, those things actually exist.
Yeah.
Like
that would be an interesting movie.
That's actually a dynamic that I actually want to see more of.
I was kind of expecting that to play out, that they would have an open relationship, and I thought that was so brave. And while I think that the characters' emotions were valid, I did still find myself wanting to see a more diverse representation of like their coupling. And one of my cons, in my opinion, was at the end when they see the kids and they start bantering about wanting kids or not. And I just want a couple to be a couple without having to think about the aspect of like putting the pressure of kids on it, because I feel like, again, that's a very like heteronormative thing of like, well, we're together kids?
Time to have
It would
children.
have been funny if Aaron was like, "You want kids, right?" And Bobby said no, and Aaron would be like, "Nah, me neither."
Yeah.
Then
Yes.
they would have held
Yes.
hands. They would have
Yes.
walked down the street and would have kicked the child on the way out.
Aren't they all? Oh my god.
Kick the
Are they
child
also
down the
like in their 40s though? Like at that point, do you even want children?
Yeah, a lot of people do. I know a couple that.
I mean, my mom had my younger brother in her 40s.
Not to knock people that want children, but if I'm 40, I don't want children.
I
at
mean,
that
I will.
point.
Yeah, like.
I'm almost 30. I don't want kids now, and I'm not gonna want kids then.
Amen.
Wow, amazing. So what are we still on? The cons?
The cons.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do agree. I wish that the leads essentially could have been more diverse. I hope it opens the door to see more diverse queer rom-coms.
Okay, I will say this. The storylines that were being told, because it's really about the character arcs of these two characters, I felt the stories that were being told I've seen before in other movies.
Yeah.
And it's just another, again, like cis gay white male relationship in which these two storylines are happening at the same time. I've seen these storylines though. I feel like it's very similar to the Fire Island storylines. One person's very outgoing and they have to learn to kind of like, fall in love with this one person. And then there's this other storyline. There's a person who's more like reserved and then they break out of their shell by the end. Like, I felt those I've felt those storylines before in other movies.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling like, yes, while I'm happy that this movie was a thing, it could have told a different story than what was being told.
Yeah, because like some things are universal to all relationships, some problems.
Yeah.
So like, if the ethos of the pathos, the whatever of the film, if the main message of the film was that love is love, then by the end of it, there should have been some acknowledgement that the relationship was very similar to those of other relationships that he knows of. But since the film kind of presses on the audience twice that this is a different type of love story, it's not a love story that straight people are aware of, or it's different, but at the end of the day it's not, which is fine. Just don't sell it to me like it's going to be something drastically different when this is things I've seen, except the only difference being that they both have dicks. Lovely men with presumably lovely penises, but I mean, I don't know, I haven't seen them, but.
Not yet.
There was no outward penis in this movie.
The sex.
Not.
I just want to make it another comment. The sex. I don't care about the weird like them wrestling sex. That's whatever. You can do whatever you want. But the missionary sex with no legs in the air. No legs in the air. The bussy is down there.
Right.
You know what you got to do. You either got to be flexible, and the top has to lift the legs on the shoulders, or just like lift it up, and then the bottom holds its own feet. Its own feet.
It's reducing bottoms to objects.
Yes. Wow.
Or you take a few pillows and you put it under your lower back, and it elevates it, and that way you don't have to be pretzeled, but you can have a little help. And then you always put a towel down. And I didn't see any towel because you're gonna ruin your sheets. What if there's an accident? What if one of them didn't douche properly? What if one of them has a little bit of loose stool?
Loosey goosey.
Welcome to the stage, loose stool.
Yeah, you wouldn't want that on your pillows either.
Always put it.
No.
You either have a towel on hand, or you have a towel laying down, because you're gonna pull out, and you're gonna pull out
stuff.
Stuff's gonna come out.
The sins of our Father.
Yeah, it's gonna come out.
It doesn't always have to be a cream pie though, but still stuff's gonna come out regardless.
Okay.
In other words, Matt's like, you don't always have to come in your partner.
Yep.
But
some people don't like being penetrated. We talked about this. Some people like being sides.
Okay, anyway, another thing I wanted to mention was first of all, everyone should see the movie because it's funny.
Yes.
It is a comedy, like a hilarious comedy. So please just go see the movie because it's funny. But the online discourse of it not doing well in the box office, and why people not liking Billy Eichner within and out of the gay community, people thinking that the marketing was really bad. I mean, the marketing I only saw was on Grindr. And then on TikTok, I see videos of Billy Eichner doing all the marketing himself, which was a disservice. Like, the marketing should have been held by the production company or something, whoever normally does it. But Billy Eichner was like, and he was trying to impress upon everyone that this is huge and it's a big deal and everyone should see it, because if no one sees it, it's never going to happen again. So it became like this insurmountable task, and sometimes when you tell people something's important, they should do it, they don't want to do it. And I think it might have been off-putting to just... Yeah, but it might have been off-putting to be told as either a straight person, hey, you're the reason why we don't get these movies, so you have to see this film, or as a gay person, hey, they're never going to give us another chance, so you have to see this film. And like, what if you're I don't know. What if you're like not a gay cis white man and you see this film and you're like, I'm happy it's a queer film, but like I don't see myself in it. So like, why should I?
It's cishet gay, actually.
Cishet gay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I wasn't paying attention to any of the discourse, to be fair, because I tried to avoid looking at the movie in general because I didn't want to spoil myself on whatever was happening. So I wasn't aware of some of the stuff. Like you said, some people don't like Billy Eichner.
Yeah.
I don't know, why do people not like Billy Eichner?
I don't know,
I have no idea.
I don't really care for him.
I've only seen him on Billy on the Street, and he was funny on Billy on the Street. So, and also in Parks and Rec.
Oh, Parks and Rec.
And he was funny in Parks and Rec, but that's funny. Like,
I mean, I don't have an issue necessarily. I don't know him, so I can't form an opinion on him. But like, he's fine. But I think some people in the gay community, I don't know, might find him abrasive, might find his like grandstanding about the film to be annoying. I don't know.
I can find Billy on the Street to be abrasive. I thought his character in Parks and Rec was abrasive, but that was kind of like the point of the character.
Yeah.
So then
I think that's just Billy in general.
And that's kind of
he's just playing himself.
Yeah. He's playing himself. And that's kind of why I formed the opinion that I didn't like him, because I found his street antics too abrasive. But I will say, in the movie, I really liked his character. I liked, if that was a more, I didn't think that he was necessarily like could be genuine or show genuineness, genuinity, whatever. But I felt like in the movie that he was there and present, and I enjoyed his portrayal.
Was he holding space?
Yes, he was holding space for me.
I'm holding space for you.
I have to say that side cast of characters were great, and for the
they were amazing.
So good.
It's
I
just,
wish we saw more of them.
Yes.
Like all of them were just so lovely.
Fucking what is the name of the bald guy who is the dean from Community?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh my god.
But yes, him.
Did you see Community?
No, but I know who he is.
Did you see Community?
No.
Fuck me.
Well, it's because Parks and Rec is superior, so why watch it?
Oh!
Community.
Different stories.
Community is getting a film.
Oh, why can't Parks and Rec get a film?
It needs to be.
Well, because I think Parks and Rec had a good finale. I don't know if Community
Parks
did.
and Rec is it's fine. It's done and over with, and here we are. All right, what would you guys say was your favorite moment from the movie?
Or like come done.
Favorite? That was your favorite moment in the whole movie?
No.
So you got come done. When the one character lays over and goes, "I want you to fuck me." No.
That too. Yeah, for sure. When he shaves his butt. Just take the ass.
Okay,
that was pretty funny.
Okay, so those scenes were so accurate though.
Those
scenes, the hooking up scene, the grinder stuff, the taking the ass pick and then being blocked, like all of that happens very routinely, and that's lived in experience. That's Billy going, I've dealt with this.
The gay male community is so fucking wild. I don't think this happens on like.
It's the gay hookup.
Apps.
Yeah, it's the gay hookup culture that.
Like, show me your whole.
There's nothing wrong with gay hookup culture.
Clit. Does that happen? I need to know.
Yeah. You know how many times?
Show me your clit happens on.
Oh, I don't know about clit.
See, that's what I need to see.
I've never been asked to be showing someone my clit because I don't have one.
Well, but like, is it show me your head?
No, it's show me your dick, show me your cock, show me your hole. Some people I want whole spread. I want to see feet. I want to see chest. So people want all different parts of me. Can't help it.
It's to figure out like, oh, am I attracted to this person? Do I want to go hook up with them?
For me, it doesn't matter about the hole. A hole's a hole.
Hole's a hole.
You don't want a hole pick.
No, I don't want a hole because it's never attractive because he's got to do that whole fucking bending thing.
They all look pretty much the same.
Yeah, they look like wrinkled skin.
Yeah.
They look like a
wrinkled hole.
Dehydrated donut.
Yeah. We should do an experiment.
No, we're not doing any
experiments. The scene I think I like the most is his monologue on the beach.
Yes, that was fantastic.
And not to detract from our own podcast, but Bo and Yang's podcast with Matt Rogers discussed that scene in depth, and it's very good. Half of it.
Half of it?
Because, like, Matt Rogers in the podcast, and I agree with him, he's talking in the monologue about how he had to, like, you know, be told to, like, be less than himself. You know, all he wanted to do was, like, show other people that he could achieve what he wanted to. And then he says, like, he's like, I wanted to prove them wrong, and they were. And there's a moment where he stops. And I thought that was a great stopping point, but then he just keeps going, which is fine. Because the stuff he says after is all valid just as well. But I thought the momentum had kind of gotten lost by then. But the whole thing is great, because it's accurate. It's like, I mean, yeah, it's a cis white gay man saying it, and I think his struggles as a gay man are hard, maybe not comparatively to others, but like, is there much benefit in comparing trauma and like comparing that kind of thing? But everything he does say is true for a lot of people in the queer community, unless you're like blessed with like perfect circumstances. So I thought that was great.
Oh wow! Did you have a favorite moment, Jackie?
I don't know. I'm still thinking of mine. What about yours?
So the cum moment.
The cum moment. I would say the moment that shocked me the most was the dinner scene where he goes off about like he was a 12-year-old child and he's
that's great.
And he's seen 7 dicks in front of him, 7 flaccid penises, and they start talking about how they start fucking. And I'm
found my prostate.
Milk me.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know if I want to say that's my favorite moment, but it definitely shocked me the most, and I kind of lived for it. I was like, yes, get her, because that's a real problem. Also, like teachers not wanting to teach.
Well,
or just in general, the education system not wanting to teach kids about LGBTQ history.
Right.
Maybe the way Billy portrayed it, because he was trying to be an asshole on purpose, wasn't the best way. But the point that he was trying to make is like a thing that exists in our society, and I thought it was very interesting.
What did we learn in 2nd grade in history? Did we have? I don't know what I learned in second. I don't think I had
probably
a history.
1776. Paul Revere rode to Boston. I don't know where the fuck he rode to.
Maine, probably.
Maine.
You would remember if it was Maine.
Thank God.
But like, I don't remember even having history in 2nd grade, so I don't know if it was like. I don't know if it was like a cogent discussion to have to a 2nd grade teacher. But if you do get history lessons in 2nd grade, then sure, put a little faggot.
I mean, the kindergarten history lessons we had were about how peaceful.
You remember?
Yeah, how peaceful the Native Americans and
well, that's also needs to change. That also needs to change.
White pillagers had the delicious Thanksgiving together.
Right, yeah.
So if we can like tone that down, why can't we introduce queer LGBTQ topics to children?
Hey, did you learn anything in high school?
I learned nothing in school, actually. I had nothing at all.
School?
All school. I learned nothing.
Those degrees you have must really be worth something. Up till high school, because college is a bit more liberal. But like in high school, did you learn anything about gay stuff? Nothing?
I don't remember.
None at all.
I don't think so.
I learned. Did you take AP US history?
No, I did not take AP US history.
Not U.S. history.
Well, we eventually got to the AIDS section, which was nice.
Oh, wow. I never took that class, so I never got there.
But it was barely. Because like so much of AP US history is about like it's like all that old shit. But then when they fast forward, it's like, yeah, they're AIDS. It happened. It killed a bunch of people.
Anyway.
But we don't care about those people. Reagan.
Stupid facts.
Reagan, best president ever. Oh my God.
Trickle down economics.
The haunted house of gay trauma
that
in the movie.
When they unveiled that and it was actually there.
It was actually a ride, and I was like, hell
lived.
yeah.
I lived. My favorite moment. Him singing was very, very sweet. I did like that. I liked their little Provincetown excursion. That was very cute. Honestly, I felt like maybe not my like favorite, but I thought it was really fun to see like the multiple partner sex scenes. Because we don't get to see that in a lot of rom-coms.
Jackie's like, I want to see them all.
I want to see them all the time.
I want
to see... Take those off. Take those briefs off. Just let it out. I thought it was really going back to, having a LGBTQ rom-com. It felt important.
Yeah, because the multiple sex partners is a thing straight people do as well. But it is something that the queer community, the gay male community in particular, seems to really like, which is fine. I love it. I love it. Anyway... But like, yeah, the scenes where it was multiple people having sex, it was either played for laughs, or Bobby's character was extremely uncomfortable with it.
Yeah.
Which is fine if it's not for you. That's totally fine. And he tells them the next morning very quickly, this is not for me. Totally get it. But I would have maybe liked if the problem was more the fact that he was still very insecure about whether or not Aaron, is that his name?
Yeah, Aaron. Mm-hmm.
Liked him and liked his physique, because he saw him with his gay crush, who, by the way, I was like, that's who you're crushing on.
I didn't see it either. I was like, just looks like meatloaf.
Those are the types of men he was attracted to.
And then Steve in there trying to wiggle his twink little body.
Oh, poor Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Poor Steve.
Hey, of course.
Can you give me a massage?
I felt so bad for Steve.
I did feel bad for
give him
Steve.
something.
Yeah. See, that's never happened to me in terms of, I've never been in a situation like that where there's been a Steve, but like I imagine that's happened, and that's just.
Oh, but give him a little something. Don't just let him like be there.
Well, no, listen,
don't
don't pity sex people. If you don't want it, don't do it. But like,
if he was invited to the sex in the first place,
I think he invited himself.
Oh, well,
I think he just kept going.
Oh, I thought the implication was that he was with the meatloaf.
I don't think he was with the meatloaf.
Gotcha.
Maybe, I don't know. But also, like, why have sex when the party's still going on?
I was
because the guy opens doors like, I forgot something, and you could see like another person in the background. I'm like,
we're all fucking.
Wait, but it was also hosted at their house.
Yeah, just be like, hey guys, we're gonna call it early. Everyone, get the fuck out. No, you two. You two stay.
You stay. You're coming with me. Yes, I was like, what?
Steve, get out, please.
Steve, you're banned. You'll never come back.
Yeah. Generally speaking, out of the entire cast, besides Billy,
who'd you fuck?
Okay, that could be a question too, but I'm gonna ask my question, which was who was your favorite character, and then we'll go to who would you fuck. Okay. Besides Billy and Aaron.
Besides Billy and Aaron.
Yeah, because I mean they were like the main characters, so like, who of the side cast?
Yeah. I mean, I loved everyone he worked with, which was great. But
yeah.
I mean, his friend. I have the cast here. Let me just
bring up the cast. Bring up the cast.
Henry, played by Guy Branum, the bigger guy. That he He's great. I love him.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved him
too. He's very funny.
He's like, yeah, we're having sex, and some guy pissed on me. You into that? No, but what else was I doing?
Yes.
Like, piss on me. I got nothing.
Sure.
Listen, I got a free day. I'm gonna shower right after. Just
let it all out.
I really liked the black trans woman.
T.S. Madison?
Yeah, and she was like, I don't like storytelling. Everyone was
like,
yes! She doesn't like to tell stories. She's like, how about an empty space where everyone could just shut the fuck up? And I was like, that's the
I was like, slay.
That's what I want. I want a room where everyone could just shut the fuck up and reflect on their sin and their debauchery and the fact they're all going to hell.
I thought the final exhibit was going to be like a room of mirrors.
Oh god! Oh god! That's terrifying. I don't want to look at myself in mirrors, let alone one mirror.
Be a haunted house of mirrors.
I'm haunting it. My face.
I think my favorite was whoever the dean is from Community.
The bisexual man?
Yes, love him. Yeah.
We should have a bi segment or a bi segment.
And no one said anything. I said something. Yes, you did.
Abraham Lincoln was not gay. He was bi.
Could have been bi, though. Do you think Abraham Lincoln was gay or bi?
I mean, I don't know if what was being portrayed in the movie was accurate, but
if
that was true, then I could totally believe it.
If it's true that he shared a bed with multiple men,
I could totally believe it.
Every time I share a bed with a man, things happen.
We know.
We understand.
You gotta get a new bed.
We get it.
Because IKEA is not strong enough to withstand.
What about Bob's Furniture?
I'll talk to Bob.
This podcast is not sponsored by Bob's Furniture, by the way.
800-588-300 Empire. Oh, it's Empire.
Is that Bob?
That's Empire.
1877 cars for kids.
But every time it comes on radio, I'm so close to just driving off the road.
You watched The Good Place, right? Wait,
yes.
Did you as well?
I saw The Good Place.
Yeah.
Oh my god, when they're in hell.
And they're like, yeah, we devised
that one.
That was us. Lol.
Who's your fuck?
Who's your favorite sidekick? Wait,
he answered.
Yeah, I answered already. Who didn't answer? Or did we all answer?
Did you answer? What was your
answer? So good at podcasting.
I said the black trans woman.
Oh, right.
Yeah. They have a name. She has a name.
I also forgot what you said. So
T.S.
here
Madison.
we are. I also loved Deborah.
Queen.
Oh! Deborah Messing.
Messing's two cameos.
Yes.
Her freak out in that one scene. And Billy was like, oh my God.
I've had gay men just come up to me.
Did I come here and lay all my shit out for you?
No, I don't want you to open the door. I want the lesbian.
I want her. The big strong one.
Oh my God.
So who'd you fuck?
Who the fuck put this light here?
I would fuck Deborah Messing.
Honestly?
You know,
that's a great answer.
It's gonna get Deborah.
Great answer.
It's gonna get Deborah messy.
Oh. No, I'd probably, let me think, out of all those people, I mean, I'd probably fuck Aaron.
Yeah. I'd probably fuck Aaron.
No? I want Aaron?
In the throuple,
sure.
The new member who made it a throuple.
Right.
The younger looking one.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually the drag queen Simone, who won RuPaul's Drag Race last year.
No way.
I would fuck Simone.
No, great.
Because he's beautiful. And
Lovely.
He was very
his
pretty.
his fashion taste is impeccable. So I just would hope that I'd get some of it from him, and something else from him.
He's come.
Hey, how about you, Jackie? Who would you fuck?
They just said Aaron.
Messing, Aaron.
In the same time.
Deborah Messing at the same time.
I don't know. It could happen. I feel like I had one.
Also,
more.
how like queer people to reduce this film to who would you fuck? Not the impact
I
of it.
said who was your favorite character first, and then
To
Jackie
be fair,
reduced it to who
I
would you fuck.
interjected. I just ran right over
Fucking
Matt's
pan
sentence.
cycles. I was talking about sex.
That's you! Yeah, Deborah Messing, Aaron. I feel like I got another character. I was like, oh.
Oh.
The one who was live streaming all the time.
Oh, I think her name was Tanya.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Lovely trans woman.
Lovely.
Beautiful.
Or trans person, I think they might be known.
Yeah. Beautiful. I mean,
Beautiful.
most of that supporting cast, yeah. Would.
T.S. Madison can crush me.
Oh my god, yeah.
I would let her.
Yeah.
I'd let her. And then she can go faggot. Ooh.
Oh,
Queen.
Queen.
I wanted her to do that in the film.
Oh my god.
I think we talked about the plot a little bit, but generally speaking, did we like the plot? Did we enjoy it?
It was fine.
Yeah.
It was very much like, oh, this is the part of the movie when they're gonna break up and fight.
Yes.
Yeah,
And, like,
I mean, it happens in
everything's
every
going
rom-com.
too well.
I know, and I'm kind of like, you guys, like, there has to be some struggle, obviously, in a relationship, because all relationships have moments of contention, but, like, I wish there were different types of moments. They occur at different times.
You know what was funny? It occurred to me at some point in the movie that as much as they ragged on, what the fuck was it? Their Hallmark parody, Hall Heart.
Hall Heart.
You honestly probably could have filed this movie under Hallmark, and they could have played it during their Christmas stuff.
Besides, if you take out all the sexual stuff.
Yeah.
Very
it
poly,
very kind of fits.
very Molly Polly Christmas.
Holly Polly.
Holly Polly.
Very Holly Polly.
I
Christmas.
love those. I love them.
Yeah.
Christmas with Either, was that the other one?
Yes. The bisexual movie, Christmas with Either. Yeah, I felt like you could have put it on the Hallmark Channel because it had the Christmas scene and it kind of did fit. While it was enjoyable, but a predictable.
Do you want to know
pace.
why? The actor who plays Aaron is a Hallmark actor.
Wow.
He's apparently been in a ton of Hallmark films.
Isn't Hallmark actually really homophobic, or?
I think.
I mean, all
also,
of the
you
movies
saw?
are
Did you
white
see
people.
that cringy gay Christmas film on Netflix?
I did see it.
Wait,
yeah.
which one?
Jingle All the Way. Single All the Way.
Single All the Way.
Single All the Way.
Aaron was in that film too.
Oh wow! Which one did he play?
He played the kind of local guy that the main character was kind of flirting with a little bit, but then went back to the other guy.
Oh.
And I'd fuck him in that film too.
Ooh.
I'd fuck him in both these films. I want both of them.
Both of them.
Both of these dicks.
Both of these. Ah!
Hold on, I had something to say, but
We were talking about the plot.
Yeah,
and if we liked the plot.
Yeah, and I guess I didn't. I mean, it was fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
The comedy is what sells it. The plot is of course, it's just.
it's a rom-com. Yeah, I mean, it was rom-com and it felt like a rom-com. The first half was very filled with comedy, and the second half was more focused on the romance stuff, which I feel is very cliche of rom-coms.
Mm-hmm. Did you buy the romance?
Did I buy the romance?
Was their chemistry good for you?
That's a good question. I don't know if I buy it fully, 100%, because they did skip over a lot of their bonding moments.
Yeah.
They kind of just what is it called? A montage. They put it all into a montage. So I didn't know if I buy their chemistry fully, but I mean, it was nice.
Would you lease it?
Lease it? What does that mean?
He's not gonna buy it. He's gonna lease it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'll lease it. For a little bit.
I would buy it.
Maybe
I would
rent.
buy it. I've seen worse.
I know.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
That's a lie. I did buy it. I really liked the Provincetown montage. I liked the whole his reaction to the monologue and stuff.
I remember what I was gonna say now. A plot point I would have liked to kind of bring back more to queer things. Mm-hmm. This is gonna sound so funny and stupid, but I'm being serious 100%.
Okay.
I would have liked it if when one of them was bottoming, there was a mess. and the shame that a lot of bottoms or people who bottom feel when they're not clean, because that's real. It's like the feeling of being disgusting, not clean, not ready, underperforming. That would have been, if it taken seriously, would have been good.
I think that would have been.
Because a lot of people are like, oh, like I gotta douche for like 4 hours and not eat beforehand.
Yes, yeah.
I knew a guy who was like, I
cubes.
eat breakfast, and if I know I'm fucking later, I'm not eating the rest of the day. And then I go to the bathroom in the middle of the day to get the breakfast out, and then I just douche a lot beforehand, and then I don't eat for the rest of the night. And then after he's done doing his business, he orders like fucking Uber Eats, McDonald's, Wendy's, and just, you know, just to fill up. And I'm like,
I feel so sad though.
He's getting filled up on both ends.
Oh.
And I just I don't like that. I think the whole stigma around poop is weird because you're going inside the poop hole. But like, I think that would have been a fun plot point.
I think that would have
been an interesting thing.
Yeah.
Because that would have been real. Not like him, you know, I mean, it's all
the
real.
missionary.
The missionary without the legs being up.
just like a little, like put anything. Like, hey, wait, I have a towel. Put this down first, or put the pillows under. Or like lift the legs, hold your ankles.
Also, where are the other sex positions besides the
missionary?
Doggy.
Yes.
Doggy.
I was thinking that too.
Reverse cowgirl.
Cowgirl on your side with the one leg up.
Yeah.
Where was the poppers during the sex? Because poppers before sex is like fine, but the high and the feeling doesn't really last very long. So you got to kind of like hit it really hard right before you get hit really hard.
Railed hard.
Like you got to do both
that.
nostrils, really in deep inhale, and then swoop, and it usually. This is real. See, that's real though. And I'm wondering, like, yeah, he did poppers like they were just making out. I'm like, that's fun, but you gotta do it again. He should have been, when they were doing that fake missionary bullshit, he should have reached over, put it under Bobby's nose, and been like, I'm only half in. I'm only half in.
Inhale, bitch, inhale.
Snort this liquid. I am going deep.
So do you think that potentially the producers or like whoever, you know, the big money white men.
I think maybe there were some things they were like, I know it's R-rated, but like we have to keep it somewhat
hetero.
Unless Billy really just wanted it to be like this, which is fine because, like I said, it can't encapsulate everything. But I feel like, especially because they touch on it a little bit, that the gay male scene is a lot of sex focused there. It would have been more fun to have more of those nuances there. Like the hookup scenes are great because they were very much as they happened, but like I would have wanted a little bit more. Like,
I mean, the movie was like very gay. Like,
it was. Oh yeah,
it was
very gay, very funny. Please see it because it is a very gay, very funny movie. We just have to talk about cons because we're here.
We're here to balance it out.
Yeah, but like seeing it through the heteronormative lens, like yes, there are some heteronormative aspects to it, but it's a very gay film. Like, and they touch on a lot of gay things. Like, it's a movie written for gay people. Like, I understand.
Well, maybe white cis gay people.
White cis gay people. The relationship there is a white cis gay relationship. Which is actually one thing I wanted to talk about. Do we think the movie would have been better if the main two characters were more diverse than two cis gay white men?
I think it would have opened the doors for more conflict or different types of conflict or different types of stories, which are not seen as much. Because I think it's a very different lived-in experience to be a person of color in the queer community. In general, or just not being gay.
Yeah. In general, I think, yes. Like, I want to see it. Their performances were great. And it's a great start. I want more.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about Fire Island in actually the What Do the Gays Think podcast, which is the podcast that me and Past host separately from this podcast. Toast.
No, I don't. I'm takeout.
We did review Fire Island, and we talked about how both of the main characters being Asian affected that storyline, and made it more diverse and made it more interesting, at least to me. So it could have been nice to get more than just the white male relationship that we've seen a couple of times now. But yeah.
I think it's funny. I was talking to someone, and I won't name them because I don't want them to get harassed, even though no one's listening. So I heard someone say after they saw the film, they were like, "Oh, this film would have been great for streaming." And Billy Eichner explicitly stated, he's like, I'm happy this film is getting a theatrical release and not like a streaming release like other. And then he got into all that, like, not trouble, but he got into like some hot water because of how he phrased something about how streaming gay films are maybe a little more like throwaway than like a theatrical release. Even though, in my opinion, if we're getting serious, I think that Fire Island and the lesbian Hulu film Happiest Season, I'd watch those again.
Oh.
I don't want to watch Pros again.
I mean, this is the second time you saw it.
I know, but like I've seen Fire Island like 5 times.
Yeah.
I would watch it again.
What is Happiest Season? Oh, that's the...
You didn't watch it? As a member?
The air quotes.
As a team member.
That was the fucking one with what?
Kristen Stewart. I mean, they're both white, gay women, but I think the lesbian aspect has not been seen as much as the gay aspect.
It's not, and that's what I really want to see more of.
And Eugene Levy's...
he's in... Yes.
That post online that was like, Bros would have been better if it started Eugene Levy.
I mean...
And then in the film, that one girl going, you remind me of that Eugene Levy.
Yes!
Hot takes?
I mean,
I would say yes, for me.
There is an argument people making that the film would have drew in more people if it had more stars in it. Like, people, name recognition. But then again, a lot of gay people don't have name recognition because, you know, like, they don't have a lot of gay people out there. But... Yeah. I will watch Happy Season and Fire Island way more than I'll watch this film.
I'll have to watch Happy Season.
But they're not... This film isn't bad. Like I said, I'm not trying to shit on this film. I'm just saying...
You're shitting on this film.
I love the comedy. I think it's... I've laughed... I saw it twice and still laughed at the same things out loud.
You did.
Guffawing.
Yeah.
But I just think that in some aspects it's...
Routine?
Maybe. I don't know. I thought, like, in particular with Fire Island and Joel Kim Booster's character, he was a lot more, let's say, sexually flexible in terms of multiple partners and not... In exploring that sort of side of the queer community, whereas this film, Billy Eichner didn't as much, and those gay people exist, and I'm happy for them. I'm just saying, you know, if you want to give the audience something that's not straight, then give them something that's not too straight. But it's very gay. I feel like
it's very gay.
I like the film.
What?
I feel like everything I'm saying makes it seem like I don't like the film. But
No, I really like the film.
I like the film.
I would probably see it again. I will probably see it a second time, but that's it.
Are you gonna take your boyfriend?
Probably. I'll probably take Troy to see it.
But we know what's gonna happen in that movie.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, I've reached the last question on the list. Yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would we rate this movie?
6 or 7.
Okay.
No, you have to pick. None of that.
I don't like to pick.
You gotta pick. You want to host a podcast?
6.
This is how hard it is in this business.
6.
So you didn't like the movie?
666? Satan?
Wait, the last time we did this, we said we weren't gonna do it.
Yeah, I wanted to throw it back at you because when I said 7.5, you guys were like, so you didn't like the show?
I was about to throw it back at you.
You guys didn't like the show? I was like, no, I like the show. A 7.5 is pretty good. So you didn't like the movie?
It was fine. It was good. It was good. It was enjoyable.
I would give it a 7.
Okay, so you didn't like it.
There were parts of it I didn't like. Apparently, I didn't like a lot of it, and I just didn't realize until this moment. But no, the 7 is really just because of all the comedy, and because the side characters, and because the exploration of some aspects of queer gay relationships and hooking up and sex and things like that.
Yeah.
But I think it couldn't do more because of the constraints on it. So I'm not blaming it. I'm not dragging Billy Eichner like some people on the internet. Leave Billy Eichner alone. He made a whole film.
He made the movie, and I think that's fantastic and cannot be stated enough. And it's a first step. It's the door opening and
an out gay, unconventional man because he's more flamboyant than than the Aaron character. He was able to write and make this whole film and get it released theatrically. That's fucking.
It's incredible.
Yeah, that's more than I'll ever do.
Yeah, me too.
I'm just gonna go home and fucking play with my prostate.
Take your poppers first.
Oh yeah, 2 hits and anything fits. That's what Willem says.
That's great.
The drag queen Willem says.
That's great.
I think it's like maybe it's like a tagline of like a Poppers brand, but he always goes 2 hits and anything fits.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I hope he's sponsored or she's sponsored.
He's like I think there's one brand that he always says he uses, and I gotta guess.
I hope that's their brand.
I love him. He's great.
I'll finish us off. I think
both of us?
Guys, I'll finish both of you off at the same time.
I don't want to be in the room when that happens.
You have to be here. Don't leave me here with him.
You wanted to co-host the podcast. This is what it's like. You have to get stuff by Matt. What do you think I've been dealing with for years?
That doesn't happen on our podcast. That happens after the podcast, not on the podcast. Anyway, I'll give this movie, I think I'll give it an 8.
So you liked the movie. You liked it. You loved it.
Better than Sandman.
Yeah, because Sandman was a 7.5, so only 0.5.
Oh my god, you like this more than Sandman.
I can't get over that.
Can you stop?
Okay, maybe this scale thing isn't good.
Really?
Yeah, we shouldn't.
Really?
We shouldn't categorize queer content. We should just love that it exists, unless it's problematic, in which case we can shit on it.
Unless we're like terrible, 3 out of 10.
I agree. It's hard to reduce something down to a number.
So how about this? Like, did you enjoy the experience?
Clap if you like. Clap if you care.
Clap if you care.
Clap if you don't care.
Clap if you think she should suffer.
But yeah, maybe just, did you enjoy the experience? Yes.
I did.
Would you recommend the experience?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
I would.
Do you think the film harms the queer community?
No.
Well then great. I think that's all that matters.
Great.
That's a wrap.
That is a wrap.
Now set up the camera for the Patreon stuff we're gonna do.
No.
Okay,
All right.
I got the stirrups.
Our OnlyFans. Here we go.
I got the stirrups. I got the speculum.
Do you have the poppers?
If that would work with the vagina, I guess it would.
Everything.
It loosens everything up, right? Or...
All the straight women in the club.
2 hits and
the straight woman in the club who came to me, she goes, "Do you?" First of all, she must.
So she fucking must have clocked you.
I mean, we're at a gay club.
I guess you look the most friendly.
What happened was
incredible for you.
I know, he's such resting bitch face.
Another thing I responded to with Bobby's character, he's like, "Yeah, I look mad, but I'm not. Everyone says I look mad, but I'm not." And I was like, anyway, the woman came up to me and she goes, "Do you have poppers?" I go, "No." And then I hear behind me, she goes someone else and goes, "Do you have poppers?" Oh my god, she's just making the rounds.
Making rounds, yep.
I'll bring some to the club. You can do a little.
Did you say me bring some to the club?
I'll bring some to the club for you.
Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah.
And you haven't done them.
Okay. No, I haven't. If it's just
oh my god, I can't believe you've had sex without poppers. I mean, I don't need them every time.
Okay, here we go.
I don't need them every time,
hole.
but like, it's helpful.
All right.
Little hole.
His, I said. Are you wrapping this out?
I'm trying to wrap this up, but we keep talking about holes.
For more hole pics.
Thanks everybody for watching or listening to this episode of Under Queer Review, not the What Do the Gays Think podcast.
No,
and not under peer review
not
either.
Under peer review. If you're listening to this on the What Do the Gays Think podcast right now, don't worry, we'll be getting back to our regular queer content later. We're just doing this Under Queer Review podcast for the first 3 episodes here, and then we're going to shift to a different podcast from there. But anyway, if you're on the Under Queer Review podcast, go check out our other podcast, What Do the Gays Think? Me and Pat host that. We just talk about like pop culture and some politics and some other shit. So go check us out there. Jackie, you do some stuff on the internet as well. What do you do?
I sure do. For my stuff on the internet, you can come find me streaming on Twitch at Jackie _.
Do you know the name of anything you do?
Jackie, no.
_ bananas. You can frequently catch me streaming with these two, so come by and check us out, especially for spooky games.
Still looks like my dick.
You've been rock hard this entire time.
It's impossible to record a podcast with him.
With
this
him?
looks like
Just
my dick.
him? Me too?
Well, you don't think? Go back and listen to some of the episodes of the What Do the Gays Think podcast and listen to your bullshit.
I will. And you know what? So should the listeners. They should go check it out as well.
Oh my god.
Can I have my phone?
No! That's my phone!
Okay, can we stop fighting in the middle of the podcast? Anyway, me and Pat also stream on Twitch. What Do the Gamers Think? GAYMERS. You can find all of these links in the description. Or you can join our Discord, Pride Empire, where you can get all the latest information on everything that we do. That's a wrap. And I am Matt.
You're just laughing your fucking corduroy fucking shirt.
You fucking just had your jacket ready as if you're just gonna yeet.
No, it was slipping, so I wanted to...
Well, I'm getting railed by 4 men in an orgy.
I'm going to the orgy gender reveal party.
Oh, yes. And also Deborah Messing will be there, yeah.
Deborah Messy?
Deborah.
Please welcome to the stage, Deborah Messy.
Deborah Messy, bitch.
Okay, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Hey, can I have my phone?
Oh my God.
Don't